This boy is being sent on a mission to enter enemy lines, but the catch is the enemy are all girls. He's stuck in a world where men live in one nation, while the women live on the other half of the continent. Currently, the girls actually rule the world and are stronger, where they call themselves foxes, while the guys call themselves the wolves. Regardless, this boy's mission is to resupply one of the strongest special teams of the wolves, rumored to have a winning record against the foxes. It's then revealed that if the foxes catches any strong men, then they'll be punished with a rice cake smashing to extract seeds before being finished off. Out of 100, maybe only 2 get to experience this special treatment, but the rest just gets annihilated. Upon making it to the halfway point, the group encounter a town with no men on guard, so they begin to be on high alert, scared that the foxes might be nearby. The squadron then take a closer look, only to realize that most of the boys are already knocked unconscious. So the leader spurs into action as he motions 2 squads to search the area, while 1 squad looks for anyone still somehow conscious. Our boy then checks multiple people knocked out, where he discovers that everyone is still breathing, confirming the rumors that the foxes do not harm regular men or weak men. Nonetheless, his buddy got no brains, but at least he's super brave, so he starts running into rooms, yelling for the girls to come out. Eventually, they find a special member of a tot unit, so they attempt to help him to see if they can do anything. But as they check on the guy, light begins to pour out of a mysterious room after a body suddenly gets thrown out of the window. Simultaneously, the guy they were trying to help looks up, murmuring to them to get the heck out, as these boys have no chance against the enemy. He then smirks, revealing to them that they're still here, the legendary Crimson Foxes. We then learn that the boy's name is Herring, and unfortunately for him, his bonehead friend wants to see a girl for the first time. Being a virgin will do this to someone, so he rushes on, hoping to be strong enough to get captured, just so he can experience the rice cake smashing himself. Herring then tries to use logic to reason with him to no avail, as his friend never got to experience the stage-like clarity after exploding. With no other choice, Herring follows his friend, probably because he wants to experience the rice cake as well, not wanting to be deprived of the opportunity. Upon heading outside the building, they get shocked as they witness everyone, including the leader, is on the ground unconscious without them even getting to hear any commotion. Suddenly, a girl with insane speed comes out of nowhere, trying to ambush the 2 as we discover her to be a Crimson Fox. In literally 1 second, he gets clapped and knocked out, but at least he got to look at what a girl looks like. Unfortunately, the one girl he got to look at isn't even a pretty one, since she looks like somebody from the Twilight movies. While knocked out in the dream dimension, Herring begins to recall a moment he had with his father. He then recalls the memory with his father, where he warns him that if he ever encounters the legendary Crimson Foxes, he must do one thing. The one thing: he must use a special move to turn his face into a sussy beka capable of lowering the attack of the foxes. Now remember the special move, he gains consciousness, but he finds himself confused, wondering why a bag is over his head. A girl then whispers to him, telling him that he's finally awake, so she also removes the bag from his head. He then looks up to see the girl, but he can only see the outlines of her as she orders him to cooperate or the girl's outside while punishing harshly. Upon closer look, she gets smitten by his attractiveness, so she takes a moment to take it all in. But our boy didn't forget his one special move, so he activates it without hesitation. Somehow, it seems to actually work as the girl's heart begins to pound just like my heart when I eat anything fatty. Herring then gets startled as he hears someone making weird sounds to his right, so he investigates. Upon taking a closer look, his world gets shattered as his bonehead friend is currently on a scenic bike ride with a crimson girl. He always hoped that the rice cake attacks were not just rumors, so right in front of his eyes, one of his dreams are proven true. His friend then looks lifeless as one of the Crimson Foxes attempts to extract every seed he can from the banana plantation. Afterwards, he looks away flustered, but like a true Sigma male, he stares straight at the girl in front of him. But she only stares back, busy thinking to herself what to do, as her partner in crime, on the other hand, is busy going ham, as if she's sucking the soul out of him. Eventually, she finally says something, so she mentions how they don't really have much time, thus, she must get on with it. She then reveals to him that she knows it's obviously both of their first time, but since she's stronger, she takes the lead and puts on the pants in the relationship. As if he's a banana, she rips off the banana peel and continues to urge him to stay calm the entire time, warning him that he might get hurt if he doesn't. Upon ripping off the banana peel, the girl thinks to herself that the rumors are true. The wolves actually don't wear any undies, exactly like what a true savage would do. She then wonders why the banana plantation isn't grown yet, since his friend had a fully grown plantation before they even got to do anything. So to make it fair, she does the same banana peeling to herself, just to help the plantation get started as they are running out of time. And just like that, as he gets to see a real rice cake and more, the banana plantation begins to react as if it's a spaceship ready to blast off into space. A flashback then occurred, back to the times of Herring's grandpa. There, he told the story of a boy who got captured by the Crimson Foxes within 1 month of joining the supply group, but they found him 2 days after, with his life sucked out, making him never the same. It then turns out that after they extract the seeds, they turn back into their childlike forms, stuck there forever. Back to the present, with the girl showcasing everything she has, Herring calls her twin dragons beautiful, even though he knows his life is basically over with his plantation turning into a rocket. She then gets shocked as if her eyes were deceiving her, totally not expecting a behemoth to appear. Meanwhile, off in the distance, a mysterious man shrouded in black appears with a sword, looking like he's a grown-up Kirito. He then looks on from afar, ready to complete his mission by himself, while Herring gets ready to start clapping. However, he notices a white flash not too far from him, and only one person in the world could be that fast, and that is Arya herself, the strongest female warrior. Now with his eyes on the prize, he gets ready to attack, as he only wants one thing out of this entire ordeal. Back at the town, another Crimson Fox begins to count up all their successful rice cake extractions, where she makes fun of the boys, claiming that they aren't the same anymore since they keep lasting shorter every time. Miss Alita Battle Angel then turns around asking to see if the two new guys are any better than the rest. But the blonde girl gives the unsurprising bad news that they are all still the same. Alita then wants to leave since she's bored, but the blonde says to give the two girls inside more time, since it'll be hard to track them down even if it's the elite Karim squad chasing them down. The girls then talk about Arya, where they reveal that she's the current reincarnation of the girl that took down the leader of all men centuries ago. Anyways, back to the action, Herring learns from the girl that her name is Danby, where she whispers to him to never forget her name. After telling her name, she proceeds to straddle the bike so she can finally start her mission of extraction. But apparently the banana tree could not fit inside the garden since it was too grown to handle. So she decides to water the tree real quick, since there's no way it's going in without any help. As such, she starts to water his banana plantation, quickly irrigating the tree's surroundings to make sure it's slippery wet. Apparently, this was such a rare and forbidden maneuver that Herring has never ever heard of the special honey tiak slurping. Meanwhile, his bonehead friend literally passes out after the girl is able to extract his soul, so she gets mad that he can't continue. So she abruptly stops and slaps him awake, where he starts to gasp for air. She then looks at him in disgust, asking if he's really already done, since this is the only time in their lives that both will ever get to experience the rice cake and hot dog combining. But he doesn't answer, as his pride is already depleted, so she begins yelling at him, unable to believe she waited 20 years just for everything to last just a few seconds. She then threatens him that she will punish him if his tree doesn't grow back ASAP, so she tells him that she'll give him one more chance if he can come back to his senses. But then she gets distracted as she notices Herring's tree getting irrigated with a mouth extension, calling Danby a sly little dog. But Danby doesn't care, as she just wants to complete the mission, so Herring just sits there, busy thinking about whether this is all worth it in exchange for his life. Since Herring's friend is fully fried and exhausted, Danby's superior comes over to watch, busy wanting a turn at the behemoth, but Danby shoos her off. However, she smiles and roots for her, telling her that he won't disturb her, so she decides to leave. Right before she gets to the exit, she reminds Danby that if she can't handle it, then she can take his place, as she can easily take over for her. Danby then turns to Herring, grabbing his face, telling him to focus super hard. How about just get on with it? Danby continues on by telling Herring that this is the most important moment in her life, but she doesn't realize that it is also the same for Herring. She then finally goes for it, and so hearts begin to appear in the surrounding area as the rocket blasts off into her space. She's instantly mesmerized, as if something got awakened in her, so she musters up all her strength to keep attacking such a massive behemoth. Unlike his friend, he's able to actually continue further than 10 seconds, proving to everyone that he can actually handle a Crimson Fox. Everyone then starts to watch surprised, unsure how Herring is able to dominate, even though he looks like such a weak boy. Meanwhile, the mysterious man fast approaches the hideout as he swiftly cuts through the air. A few moments later, he makes it to the hideout, but the girls notice right in time, so they quickly head to their defensive positions to meet the intruder head-on. But it turns out the mysterious man is actually Levi from Attack on Titan, taking a break as he slices through the air like nothing. Without any hesitation, he slashes forward, taking on multiple Crimson Foxes by himself. Levi then jumps into the air, easily avoiding every attack, as his mission is to deal with someone else. He then changes his gaze towards Arya, off at the edge of a cliff.